The night the city held its breath began with a tear ripping through silk. If you've ever seen power stumble, you know it doesn't fall loudly, it cracks quietly, right down the seam. And before this story pulls you all the way in, do me one small favor. If moments like these move you, if stories of unexpected kindness and second chances matter to you, tap like, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me until the end, because what happens next is the reason some people believe miracles don't need magic. Elena Cross had built an empire on control. At 38, she was the CEO everyone feared and admired in equal measure, the woman whose name alone could make boardrooms fall silent. The annual Aurora Gala was her night. Investors, press, rivals, all watching as she stepped onto the red carpet in a gown custom made in Paris, a symbol of her precision and success. But alone in her penthouse dressing room, 5 minutes before the car arrived, control betrayed her. The zipper snagged. She tugged once, too hard. The sound that followed was soft, cruel, final. Fabric gave way from shoulder to waist, a jagged wound across perfection. Elena stared at her reflection, breath shallow, the weight of years pressing in all at once. For the first time in a decade, she sat down and cried, not elegant tears, but the kind that blur your vision and make your hands shake. Her assistant was stuck in traffic. The designer was overseas. The gala could not wait. Sponsors would whisper. Headlines would sharpen their knives. Elena Cross, untouchable CEO, undone by a torn gown. She pressed her palms to her eyes, fighting panic, when the intercom buzzed with an apologetic crackle. Ms. Cross, maintenance is here. The plumbing issue you reported earlier. I didn't report. She stopped herself, wiped her face, and sighed. Send them up. That was how Daniel Reyes stepped into the room, toolbox in hand, carrying the quiet posture of a man used to not being seen. He was a single dad with calloused fingers and tired eyes softened by patience, a man who fixed things because things needed fixing. He froze when he saw her, Elena Cross in a ruined gown, mascara smudged, pride in pieces. Instinct told him to look away, to apologize, to retreat. But something in her silence stopped him. I'll be out of your way, he said gently. No, she whispered before she could stop herself. The word surprised them both. Please, just stay. He set the toolbox down slowly. I can call someone. There is no one, she said, laughing bitterly. There never is. Daniel noticed the tear in the fabric, the way the dress still clung beautifully despite the damage. He thought of mornings sewing buttons onto his daughter Sophia's school uniform, of learning to hem dresses from YouTube videos after his wife passed and life demanded he become more than he'd planned. He thought of scissors. I might be able to help, he said carefully. Elena looked up, incredulous. With what? Corporate strategy. With scissors, he replied, holding them up like a peace offering. If you'll trust me. Trust. The word landed heavy. She had trusted markets, forecasts, lawyers. Not people. Not since trust had cost her too much. But time was bleeding away, and something in Daniel's calm steadied her. She nodded. He worked with surprising confidence, asking her to breathe, to turn slightly, to hold still. He cut away the torn edge, reshaping disaster into intention, folding fabric, creating a daring asymmetry that looked less like a mistake and more like art. He pinned, adjusted, trimmed again. Elena watched in the mirror as her panic slowly loosened its grip, replaced by awe. The gown transformed, not back into what it was, but into something braver. There, Daniel said softly. It's not perfect, but it's honest. She stood, the dress flowing differently now, bold and unforgettable. She laughed, a sound she didn't recognize in herself. You just saved my night. He shrugged, embarrassed. My daughter says fixing things is just listening to them. The car horn sounded below. Elena turned to him, something fragile and sincere in her eyes. What's your name? Daniel. Daniel, she repeated, committing it to memory. Thank you. At the gala, the cameras flashed. Whispers rippled, not of scandal, but of daring elegance. The dress trended within minutes. Reporters called it revolutionary. Elena delivered her speech with a voice steadier than it had been in years, speaking not of profits, but of resilience, of adaptation, of the beauty that comes from embracing the unexpected. Somewhere between applause and champagne, she thought of scissors and quiet kindness.